Hello Peanut Peeps, how you doing? I'm doing great. I've received some questions on how I do things with video with the Z9. I'm creating a series of short videos that focuses on what I consider to be important setup features or aspects that are needed for creating a wildlife video. I have posted a long video on how I create a video when I got the Z9, but these short videos should be easier to follow and easier to understand, since I'm only going to concentrate on a single topic. And I have more experience now with the Z9, so these videos should be better. Of course, like what I said before, it's only the way I do things. And if you are doing things a different way, that's fine also. There are no right or wrong ways to do things. It's whatever you are comfortable with. These videos are intended for anyone who wants to get started with using video and just does not know where to start. These videos will help you get going and to understand what the settings are actually doing. If you just want to make videos for yourself to document what you're seeing, or to show your friends, or to make YouTube videos, I think these videos could help you get going. Since I'm only covering one topic at a time, it'll take a few episodes before all the setups are complete. I'll let you know once I covered all the critical setups and topics. Then I'll say, go for it. Okay, let's go to the first topic. Here, I want to make sure that I'm taking video with my focus mode set to AFF, full-time AF. The camera should default to AFF when you flip to video. AFF is not available while in the shooting mode, so people coming from taking stills, this is new for you in video. In the shooting mode, you have AFS and AFC, where you have to hold the shutter down halfway or use the back button to focus if that's set up. According to the Nikon Professional Setup Guide, the video edition, this is what AFF will do for you. The camera adjusts focus continuously in response to subject movement or changes in composition. Also, the camera focuses when the shutter release button is pressed halfway or the AF on button is pressed, at which point the focus point will turn from red to green and focus will lock. I will discuss this more when I do the AF area mode and focusing technique video. Here I just want to explain a little and really just get you set up to get started. Okay, now I want to convert Nikon's explanation into peanut terms. This is what being an AFF does for me. I'm going to refer to AF area modes and focusing here, but I'm going to create another video explaining how I use it more in depth. I need to talk about it briefly so you can see how it relates to AFF and what AFF does for you. Okay, for an example, if I'm in any AF area mode that does tracking, like I use wide L and wide S area modes, or I create my own custom area. Take for instance a bird in flight, and I'm in wide L AF area mode. When the bird is initially in the focus area rectangle right away, it's probably blurry, but AFF is trying to focus. But AFF focusing by itself is too slow for me. What I do to make focusing fast and immediate is to press and release the AF on button. I will release the AF on button once that I see the subject is clear, and usually upon release I will see that the smaller focus box will attach to the subject and will start tracking. So what being an AFF does is when you have focus and it's tracking, AFF allows the camera to keep focusing and tracking without you having to hold any controls. You just need to try to keep the subject within the AF area. This process of press and release of the AF on button may take a little experience to get used to. Sometimes, because things are moving so quickly, you may need to press and release the AF on button a few times to get the initial focus. And sometimes you'll see the attached focus box will disappear when you're panning. If I see the subject is clear, I will keep following the subject without touching the AF on button. And many times the focus box will attach to the subject again. But sometimes it'll get out of focus and I will start the whole process over again. Nikon calls the white box the focus point. I've been calling it the focus box. Box just seems more descriptive to me. First, let's get into video mode. Let's move the photo video selector to the right. There are a few ways to set up AFF. One way is to press the menu button on the rear of the camera, then go to the video recording menu, and then select focus mode. Here you can select AFF. Another way is to press the I button on the rear of the camera. You can change the AFF here. There's actually another way. You can do it by pressing and holding down the focus mode button. While holding it down, rotate the main command dial or rear dial. When I hold down the button, it turns yellow, and as I rotate the rear dial, the focus modes display. To prevent accidentally changing the focus mode, you can restrict it. Press the menu button on the rear of the camera, go to Custom Settings menu, then Video, and Focus Mode Restrictions. I like to set this because I always want to be in AFF for my wildlife videos, and I don't want any accidents. This only restricts using this method while holding down the focus mode button. So in the next video, I'll be talking about video file types. See you next time on Peanut Shoe Adventures.